What's up you guys, Charles here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to go over the 8 best credit cards you can get as a student, especially if you're starting off with little or no credit history or good credit score. Now before we jump into the video, you should know how to build your credit, and I've made a video on it, so please do go check that out first. But I'll go over the essentials. Is that you have to be registered to vote, because this confirms to the credit bureaus and credit card companies, people that lend you money, that you aren't a fraudster and aren't like a ghost, you know, you live at the same address. Make sure even when you're going to uni, you use, for example, your parents' address, somewhere you're always living at, until you move into a permanent residence that you're going to be living in for a while, because credit cards and lenders don't like it when you move too often, which can happen often in university, for example. Now the other thing is, of course, is if you've got a credit card, never miss your payments, because not only will that get you into crippling debt, it will also mess up your credit score, which can be marked on your credit report for up to 6 years. So make sure to always pay in full, on time, every month, and preferably set up notifications on your phone so you don't miss that credit card payments, and even set up a direct debit so you don't even need to think about it. Now those are the main things to do, but also you can get a mobile phone contract, utilities contract, go to Experian, Equifax and TransUnion. These are online credit bureaus, and get a report from them to see how good your credit score is. And before you apply for any credit cards, try check to see whether they have an eligibility checker to see how eligible you are to get the cards and whether you're going to get it or not, because every declined credit card application will be marked for around 6 months, and if you do get declined, don't apply for another one straight afterwards, because you come off as desperate for credit. So you want to make those applications spaced out, normally sort of every 6 months. Now the first one you probably want to know about is the Tesco Bank Foundation credit card. Now this is more than just a credit card that gives you access to credit, right? It also gives you a few other perks, such as access to Needle premium services, but it also gives you the same points as having a Tesco Club card. So essentially you're gaining Tesco Club points when you spend, and then these points can then be redeemed either as a voucher for Tesco, but also I believe that they also do it for flights and hotel stays, so have a look at that. They also have no annual fee, which is great, and they offer free service to help manage your credit rating, but they also have low and manageable credit limits. Now the other great one for students is the HSBC student credit card. Now this credit card is good because it comes with the HSBC student bank account, which when you sign up gives you £100 free, although I'm not sure whether that offer is still valid right now. But the benefit of this card is, firstly, it comes with a student bank account, but also there's no annual fee, it has a manageable credit limit, and you can even earn cash back on some Visa offers. Now the third one is the TSP student credit card. The great thing about this one is it comes with no annual fee. There is a potential for a higher credit limit, but that kind of really depends on your credit score. But like all these credit cards, it does give you a chance to establish good credit practices. Now the fourth one, I think it's the fourth one, is the Aqua Classic card. Now the great thing about the Aqua Classic card is, like all the others so far, there's no annual fee, and they even give you text reminders to not miss your payment, which is key, although you should already know text or no text reminders if your payment is coming up, and this is key, especially when building your credit. Now the fifth one is the RBS student credit card. The great thing about this is it has no annual fee, it's got a manageable credit limit, and it also allows you to establish good credit practices. It's a good starting card, and on top of that, RBS is a well-recognized bank like HSBC and the other ones, and will allow you to then get access to more cards within their bank account to climb the credit card ladder faster. So that's another thing to take into account. Now the sixth card is the NatWest student credit card. The great thing about this one is it has no annual fee, a manageable credit limit, and chances to establish good credit, of course. And on top of this, it's a well-recognized bank, which is good. Now another good credit card for building or rebuilding credit is the Marbles credit card. There's no annual fee on this. There's also an online eligibility checker, so it's good to see whether you're going to get accepted or not before you apply, before there's that hard search. And they also give you spending alerts so that you don't spend too much on those credit cards. And last but not least, there's the Aqua Advanced credit card. Now here's what I like about this credit card. If you keep your payments on time, which you will do, because if there's anything you need to know from this channel and from me, is to never miss your payments on any sort of credit, because it's just bad and don't do it. But the great things I like about this card, if you stay on time with your payments, the APR reduces by 5% each year. So this is the interest on the credit. Not that that changes much, because you're not going to go over the amount you should be spending, but it's a good thing to take into account still. And keeping on track with those payments can help reduce that APR to 19.9%, which is pretty low for credit cards, but of course you should never be spending more and getting into the interest. It also gives you access to a free Aqua credit checker, and of course, like all the cards on here, there's no manual fee to it, which is also a great aspect. Now, if there's two cards I'd pick out of the whole bunch that I've just said, is the HSBC one and the Tesco one, because especially for the HSBC one, you don't need to have an income to actually have access to these cards, although you should have an income because it shows any sort of lender, especially credit cards, that you can repay because you've got that income that allows you to repay whatever you're spending on that credit card. But on top of this, these two cards have rewards. So for the Tesco is mainly the Tesco Club card points, and for the HSBC one is the cashback, but also the fact that you don't need a minimum income to get it. Now, full disclaimer before you leave this video is, of course, this is not advice. You should do your own research and due diligence before applying for any sort of credit, and make sure, of course, that you're responsible with your money before getting into any sort of credit cards, because you really don't want to get into any sort of credit card debt. But those would be the two ones I recommend. Now, if you've gained any value from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you did smash that like button. It really helps me and the channel reach more people. Now, of course, if you got any comments or any questions, I try to answer all the comments in the videos, so leave those below. And if you're under 30 and looking to know more about personal finance, how to invest, save, and make more money, then this is what this channel is about. And I'm also looking to make travel videos in the very near future. So if that sounds like you, then also smash that subscribe button and that bell button if you want to. I know most people don't, but it just allows you to know when my videos come out. Now, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for watching, and see you next time.